Following Akaza's death, Kokushibo is seen alone, murmuring how Akaza had abandoned his path to reach further heights and how he had failed to defeat Kokushibo, and reprimanded him for how weak he is. Shortly after, Muichiro Tokito is transported to the same room as Kokushibo. Kokushibo then comments, "You came, Demon Slayer. For some reason, you seem familiar." He then deduces that Muichiro is a descendant of a child he left behind after becoming a demon. He also deduces that his human surname of Tsugikuni has died out over the generations. After Muichiro calms himself down and performs various styles from the mist breathing, his demon-slaying mark appears. Kokushibo then compliments how accomplished Muichiro is as a swordsman at such a young age. Kokushibo states that it must be due to the powerful blood he passed down, although Muichiro dismisses such claims. After some more battling, Kokushibo manages to cut off Muichiro's arm. Muichiro quickly tightens his arm to stop the bleeding, greatly impressing Kokushibo. However, Muichiro is effortlessly defeated when Kokushibo impales him with his own sword. Kokushibo then offers Muichiro the opportunity to become a demon and be of use to that man. This discussion is, however, interrupted by Genya shooting his Nichiren gun. Kokushibo effortlessly avoids the gunshot, appearing behind Genya and then proceeding to cut off both his arms and his torso in half, commenting that, I see. You're the one who's been eating demons, huh? However, he realizes that Genya is unlike the other imitation demon from 300 years ago, and that the way to kill him is the same way regular demons are killed, by chopping off their head. Before he has the opportunity to do this, Genya is saved by his brother, Sanemi. After Genya apologizes for everything he's done to Sanemi, Kokushibo states, brothers and demon slayers, that brings back memories. Sanemi and Kokushibo then begin their intense duel, with Kokushibo being slightly taken aback at the skill of the Wind Hashira. However, he retains his composure and states that he wouldn't be able to survive if his senses weren't honed from long experience. This goes on for some time, with Kokushibo even stating that long ago, in the Sengoku era, he gained a lot of experience fighting against a similarly strong Wind Hashira. Kokushibo then gets a good enough cut on Sanemi, stating that moving would lead to his entrails spilling out. Sanemi proceeds to laugh hysterically, boasting the fact that he had Marechi blood. Sanemi uses his abnormal body and breathing skills to control his muscles to coagulate the blood and stop the bleeding as much as possible. After some struggling and Kokushibo showing glee at the opportunity to fight such a skilled swordsman, he was about to deal a finishing blow until Gyomei, the stone Hashira, arrived. Kokushibo was unable to retain himself, openly stating that he admired Gyomei's peak physical form. Following an intense back-and-forth battle, Gyomei reveals his trump card he meant to save for Muzan, his demon-slaying mark. Kokushibo then confirms that he too has the demon-slaying mark, almost showing sympathy towards Gyomei. He reveals the caveat of the demon-slaying mark. Without exception, the marked ones die before they reach the age of 25, stating that the mark reduces life expectancy and that Gyomei should be dead by the end of the night since he's 27 years old. After an existential discussion of what it means to be a demon slayer and a human, Kokushibo offers Gyomei an opportunity to become a demon so he can survive and continue to hone his craft the same way he has. Gyomei outright rejects the offer and states that Kokushibo stated one falsehood. There must have been someone who lived past the age of 25 after reviewing their mark. Kokushibo then appears to be somewhat shaken, but the two continue their intense battle. After Sanemi manages to stitch his wound, he rejoins the fray as the two now face Kokushibo in a 2-on-1 battle. Kokushibo notes with surprise the ease with which they are able to cooperate despite being users of two different breaths. The three of them continue their battle until suddenly, Sanemi and Gyomei are cut by what appears to be an elongated sword with 3 blades extending from the sides, 2 from one side and 1 on the other. Kokushibo now appears to be completely serious in his encounter, angrily stating, "You merely shredded my kimono, not even enough to kill an infant. Once I dispatch you two, the rest will proceed easily," implying that Gyomei and Sanemi are the two most powerful demon slayers in the current generation. In the meantime, Muichiro manages to free himself from the pillar. With a little life left in him, he helps Genya by reattaching his body and feeding him a clump of Kokushibo's hair. Genya then feels power he's never felt before, but more importantly, appears to directly hear Muzan's voice, asking Kokushibo how many Hashira he has defeated, indicating that Muzan is likely still incapacitated by the initial explosion and the blood demon art Tamayo performed on him. The battle then begins to pick up, Kokushibo's attacks increasing with both intensity and frequency. He is able to sever 2 of Sanami's fingers, and both swordsmen are reduced to putting all of their efforts into simply avoiding his attacks. Right as it seems that Sanemi is about to lose, Muichiro rejoins the battle, saving the other Hashira just in time. Genya, who is hiding from the battle behind a wall, recalls a conversation he had with Tanjiro about being the weakest person in a battle, and, motivated by this, swallows a broken piece of Kokushibo's blade in order to gain its abilities. The advantage seems to again shift to Kokushibo, but in an unexpected turn of events, Gyomei is able to sever the upper rank's right arm while Muichiro stabs him through the torso, immobilizing him while Genya unleashes a barrage of bullets on the demon using his gun, which he altered using his own cells in a similar manner to the Kokushibo's sword. The bullets embedded into the demon's flesh then erupt into trees, completely trapping him as Gyomei and Sanemi rush in to finish him off. The sensation disturbs Kokushibo, who is reminded of an encounter from 400 years ago in which Yorichi was able to land a hit on his neck, something that no one managed to accomplish since then. Enraged by the thought of being defeated, Kokushibo sprouts multiple blades from his body and severely injures all demon slayers. Still, the four charge onwards undeterred. As Muichiro's blade turns red, seemingly seeing Kokushibo's organs, Genya unleashes another blood demon art, rooting another tree in Kokushibo's back while Gyomei lands a blow on Kokushibo's head with his flail and Sanemi rushes in with his sword. Their weapons all begin to turn red, and, struck with thoughts of his brother, Kokushibo marvels at how the demon slayers who came after them have risen up to surpass them. However, wonder soon gives way to rage as Kokushibo's head is cut off and, to the horror of the four demon slayers, Kokushibo regrows it. Kokushibo begins to celebrate, boasting to himself that now he has conquered death by beheading. Any attacks thrown at him are now rendered meaningless. However, his triumph gives way to disbelief when he sees himself in the reflection of Sanemi's blade. His new form is monstrous, with tusks and spikes protruding from his head, face, and back. Disgusted by his new appearance, he recalls his original motivation to be the strongest samurai in the country and wonders if the path he has taken is what he really wanted. While he reflects on his motivations, Gyomei is able to crush his head with his flail, again beheading Kokushibo. The upper rank attempts to regenerate, but to his disbelief, his flesh begins to crumble away, and he is rendered unable to use his blood demon art as a result of Muichiro's red blade stuck in his body. As he falls to the ground, disintegrating, he reflects bitterly that he only wanted to be like Yorichi. He realizes that the one thing he wanted to forget so badly, he can remember vividly: Yorichi's face. While his life flashed before him, he admits that he abandoned everything and in the end, has achieved nothing by killing his only remaining blood relative and betraying his samurai code. In his final moments, he questioned why he was ever born, calling to his brother for an answer, before fading away completely and leaving only his broken flute